Welcome to the Second Win Boxing Meet.
He's on the ropes. He's spins off the ropes. He's moving around. Now he's getting a little bit of a rhythm. He finally got that second win. Can't be stopped.
Round coming to a close. Hands up, defense. Side step. 1, 2, please. Don't know who extend. It's the endurance test. The real fight begins. Take a walk to this corner. Come get your second win.
Welcome to the Second Win Boxing Media, ladies and gentlemen. I have no other than former world champion, former WBC world champion, Gary Russell Jr. How's it going, champ?
Man, I'm good, man. Peaceful until necessary, until
Yes,
otherwise.
indeed. Listen, man, we go back, brother, man. I remember when this little guy got in the ring, man, down in, we was in Williamsburg, Virginia. And I looked, your father, we rolled down there with y'all, but when you jumped in that ring and was throwing them combinations at such a young age, man, I already knew you was going to be a world champion.
Yeah, man. That's what it all started, man. I remember, a lot of the guys, Riddick Bowe, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys back in the day, when they was coming up, they would pay me to get in the ring, just a shadow box. They were like, Shorty, they're like, man, you so nice, man. Go get in the ring, man. Shadow box real quick, man. I give you some money. I get in the ring and shadow box, man. Nah, but my skill set was second to none. And I'm grateful for all of that all of it played a part. You know what I'm saying? All the people that I came into contact, the people that helped, that gave me that extra motivation, that nudge. Go ahead, Shorty, go ahead and do that. All that played a part to help mold me to the individual which that I am today, man. So energy is transferable, man, and I appreciate it, y'all.
Yes, indeed, man. We appreciate you for carrying on the legacy, man, and doing it to another level. I want to get into, man, when it all first started, man. I remember when your older brother, Gary Jones, would get in the ring and your father would call off like codes that I never heard before. Like it was like second to none. It was like a different level. He would call off these codes, man. Did he use those same codes and things that he used back then for y'all with, how he trained, his training routine?
Yeah, he still use those same codes. I mean, in the sport of boxing, everybody has the same set of tools: the jab, a hook, a uppercut, a body shot, and etc. What makes the difference? The level of creativity of the fighter. You know what I'm saying? And we yelled off codes. You know what I'm saying? If your opponent is hitting you, say, shoot this straight or shoot this, of course we'll be able to capitalize on that. We had codes to everything we still do to this day. We
Yes,
have codes
indeed.
that we do.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought, man, because your father kind of revolutionized, took boxing to another level. Like, I remember when him and your brother would come, when they first came to the gym, right, in Midtown.
Mm-hmm.
And your father he would analyze everything to the science, man, literally. Like, he knew everybody's weakness. He was a master at learning everybody's weakness in the boxing game.
Yeah.
And him and my father had a great relationship, man. They loved each other, man. Had a special bond, man. Like when I told him that my father passed away in 2012, he was upset that I didn't tell him. He was like, "Come on, Rashid, you were supposed to tell me about that."
Yeah, that's something. That's something that he would have wanted to come to, just to pay homage to the friendship, the love, and the energy that was transferred amongst each other.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. And I want to, before we go further, man, I want to send my condolences to you, man. But he definitely, like my father says, this is a saying, we never die, we just transmute. Energy never dies, it just transmutes. So he's in us, he's in you forever. So, you know what I'm saying? Watching you do what y'all do, that's just a forever infinite source. So We're gonna go to your amateur career, man. 163-10. That is a extraordinary boxing amateur record, man. That's like top notch. What was your greatest accomplishment in the amateurs, man?
My greatest accomplishment, to be honest with you, was becoming an Olympian. That was my greatest accomplishment, man. Becoming an Olympian. I came up in that era where as though I never really wanted to become a world champion. I
Yeah,
wanted to be, a lot of my losses that I had when I was younger, a lot of them losses was because I was really young. I was like 9, 10 years old, and got a chance to get back at it at most of them too. You know, but yeah, man, I wish I can go back, man. It was so fun, man. That's when it was much more pure. Sometimes politics and stuff like that, it takes away from the fun and the actual sport. You know what I'm saying? It takes away from the fun. The best really competing against the best. Damn, I heard old boy over here in Texas. I heard he was nice. All right, shit. I know he can't fuck with me. I'm trying to see what's up with him. Like that's the attitude that I had. You know what I'm saying? That's that
yeah.
attitude that we had. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I don't know what's going on nowadays in the sport, man. But I love it. What it is, man.
But I noticed, man, you keep that same energy. When I watch you on TV, right, and I see what you be doing, I was like, that's what we all used to do back in the day. That's just the way the amateur game was. If you could go, we coming to get you. That's how it was.
That's it. We ain't ducking no smoke. Not no smoke. If you can get me, cool. You gonna have to prove it to me. I ain't tripping off on none of them other dudes that you done beat up. That shit all fine and dandy.
Yes, indeed.
Reputation, you gotta prove this shit to me.
Real talk, man. And I definitely see that in you, man. I'm like, man, Gary still carry that old school legacy, man, with the mentality of, man, listen, you say you the best, show me. Show me.
Show me.
Real talk, man. So 2008.
Hey, look, they say I talk too much. Then shut me up.
Oh, man.
Show me.
But and I agree with you 100%, man. The game that got soft on us, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got soft on us, man. If I choose to come to your weight and trying to take your weight, you got to prove to me that it's your weight, that you dominated. But most of these fighters nowadays don't do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to your Olympic career, man. Beijing 2008. You had a dehydration issue, man.
It was
That's what they said.
it was never a dehydration issue.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was never an issue, to be honest with you. It was crazy how the whole thing came about, I never, like I say, my biggest accomplishment in the amateurs was becoming an Olympian. I never wanted to become a world champion. It was never a thought until I went through what I went through in the Olympics. I had
Right.
so much support, so much love. I said, listen, this love, this support, this energy will not go in vain. I got to make it up to them. Now I got to
Right.
become, but doing it in Beijing, actually, there was a lot of stuff that was going on out there. The air quality was really really bad. A lot of people, mind you, we was out in Beijing about a month before the games had even started. A lot of the people that participated in outdoor events like track and field or I think archery and stuff like that. Some of the coaches and stuff had started just getting sick and passing out because the air quality was so bad out there at the time. They were shooting chemicals and stuff in the air to
Okay.
try to, purify the air and stuff. And I guess that's one of the same things that happened to me, but somehow the story got twisted in which I don't know if that was for somebody to try to save face
Mhm.
or that of the sort, but no, it was never a dehydration issue.
Glad you
And
said that.
yeah, and even going into the games is crazy. I beat the previous silver medalist going into the Olympic Games, so I was one of the medal hopefuls. So it was crazy, man.
You know, we knew, those that know boxing knew the real story. That's why I mentioned that, because I wanted to destroy and eliminate the dehydration issue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I remember when, the word got back, we boxers, if you in the boxing game, you're gonna get the true story. They was like,
Mhm.
man, China's known for having smog and poor air conditions. So for
And
those
it
that
gotten so bad that they had to figure out other places for the people that had out to start practicing stuff because the coaches and some of the other team members started getting sick, passing out, getting lightheaded and dizzy and stuff like that. So you're absolutely correct.
so do you feel like that amateur medal was robbed of you for such situation that had to occur?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But I don't cry over spilled milk. I feel as though what we went through is what helped mold us where we are today. That lit a fire up under me to want to become a world champion, to make it up for to my fans, the people that I never even knew, never even met, that genuinely just supported my work ethic, and how I represent us as a people. That meant everything to me. That lit a fire up under me to be like, all right, now I gotta bust my ass. Now I will become a world champion. And I accomplished that and I became the longest reigning champion in the sport of boxing thus far.
Facts.
Up until they actually took my title. I don't know because that my opponent ain't do
Hell nah.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Hell nah. I had went on rants about that for a long time on our show, man. For real. Pissed. But we're gonna talk about your professional debut. January 16th, 2009, you faced Antonio Reyes. What was
Uh,
going through your head what was that transition like from the amateurs to the pros?
it was typically like a young fighter going into the pros that wanted to prove a point. I remember looking back at that fight thinking, "Damn, I look like an adolescent. Like, damn, I look. I'm my worst critic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm my worst critic. We're perfectionists. At the end of the day, and I'll go back and look at that fight and I can say, damn, I can see that this was my first professional fight. It looks like it. I was rushing. I wanted to get the win. I wanted an exciting win. I wanted an exciting knockout. I wanted to prove to everybody that, like I say, their love didn't go in vain. But we got the job done, man. It's experience, man. Experience, man.
Yes, indeed, man. You had um faced an opponent on March the 20th, 2014. The WBO forced you to fight Lomachenko. Now,
Um,
is
I
that
don't.
true or is that false?
That's false. Ain't nobody
Okay.
for. Ain't
See, these
nobody.
jokers. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the whole point in our show is to get rid of any false bullshit first and foremost.
That was some false shit. Nobody forced nobody. To be honest with you, it was my first opportunity to get a world title.
Okay.
Um, I was excited. I think it was his second opportunity to get the world title. He already lost to Salito.
Okay.
Um, I was excited. Um, I was a little. I was still like a adolescent. I'm like I say, the more you grow, the more you learn.
Yeah.
But in that particular fight, I wanted to take the fight so bad.
Yeah.
We fight. I would have beat his ass if I had to lose that weight.
Sure.
Um, our entire training camp, 8 week camp. We 8 week camp on a different scale that we normally use. We had a different strength and conditioning coach that we was bringing in, and we used his scale for the entire camp. When we get out there to actually go and check out weight and etc., I'm a pound and a half overweight. Y'all know what that is, pound and a half. That's nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. We can cut a pound. We ain't tripping off of that.
Right.
No. So I give me a little something slight to munch on, just a little bit. You can sleep off a pound. We actually get to go use the trial scale. We use the trial scale. The trial scale is man, I was a pound and a half over. When I
Yeah.
get in the trial scale, I'm 6.5 pounds overweight. I say,
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the fuck? The scale
Yeah.
that we was waiting on our entire camp was fucking off.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if it was really done,
Come on,
but
man.
off. You know, I wanted to fight for this title.
Yeah.
If I was smart, if I knew what I knew now, I would have just not cut as much weight and tried to make all that weight, let them find me, and still have my energy to be able to compete. But at the time I didn't have the information. So fuck that. We about to fight for this title. We about to get it from the mud. I'm
Yeah.
about to go get in this sauna. We in the sauna. We losing weight in the sauna. 40 minutes in, 2 minutes out, dry off, back in the sauna, 30, and repeating this cycle. All night. You know what? Matter of fact, let me go ahead and take a nap, man. Let me go to sleep for a couple of hours. Wake me up. We get back at it. And continuously repeating this cycle until we actually lost all the weight. We still competed. There was a split decision fight. It was a knockdown in the fight that wasn't called in the fight that
Hmm.
should have been called. But we don't cry on the spilled milk.
I forgot to mention, man, you had 24 straight wins with
Oh yeah.
14 stoppages, man, before that fight. Do you have the sense or urgency for that revenge against Lomachenko?
Fuck yeah.
I really we watched that fight. Me and C's watched that fight live. We like, man, Curry will punish this Joker, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen, brother. I think it's gonna happen, man.
I hope so.
Okay. March 15th, 2014, at the Pearl Concert Theater in Paradise, Nevada, you face Johnny Gonzalez for the WBC world title. You stopped him in the fourth round. What was that feeling like to hear and new WBC featherweight champion of the world, Gary Russell Jr.?
Keep it 100, man, with everybody. Like, I wanted to become world champion, because I wanted to make it up to my fans. I seen it with so much support, so much love, man. But when I heard that, I was more excited for my pops than anything. In that moment, in that instant, the first thing I could think about was like, here we go, pops. You know what I'm saying? Here you go,
It,
dog. You know what I'm saying? For all the work, all the grind, all the blood, all the sweat, all the tears. Here you go, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Send your soldier out here to go make this shit shake. You
Man,
know?
I could imagine, man. I mean, for you to say that, I was there from the beginning, so I know, what I'm saying, how special that is to y'all, man. Because Pops he was more than just a father, man. It was like he was a close best friend of y'all, man. Y'all relationship was tight, man.
He was a father. He was a teacher. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
was, you know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get it twisted. We had our moments.
yeah,
We had we had to agree to, but it happens. It happens in life. It happens in family. You know what I'm saying? That's just a part of life. But hell yeah, the good definitely outweighs the bad.
most definitely, man. So, man, I'm gonna pass it on over to my partner, man. C's. He's gonna get into depths of up to the present moment, man. So you got it, brother.
So your last fight, you unfortunately ended your shoulder about a year ago tomorrow, actually. How's rehab going?
It's going good. And to be honest with you, I ain't injured my shoulder in the fight. I injured my shoulder in training camp, getting ready for the fight 2 weeks before the fight. You know what I'm saying? I injured it 2 weeks before the fight. I just honestly felt as though that I could nurse it back enough, and even if I couldn't nurse it back enough, that I had too much for this guy. It
Mm.
was nothing to do to deal with the skill set and the boxing IQ in which that I bring into this square. I wasn't really tripping off my arm. I was going to display my skill set to my fans and to even to the A's.
And to a man, everybody I know say Gary won that fight.
I do. That's one of them joints. That was a robbery, man. That shit
uh,
pissed us off, man.
Yeah,
uh,
man, I had the title too long. I guess I don't know.
And we felt like you was set up, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the town was like, man, they set our homie up, man, with that bullshit, man.
uh,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But I
yeah,
can't. I still fought, even though I knew that my shoulder was injured. But if I would have tried to not fight, they would have probably stripped me anyway. You know what I'm
some
I
politics.
thing is, I wasn't even thinking about not wasn't a thing of doubt or quit within me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Pops was like, "Man, what you think, Shaw?" I don't know. What you think? I looked at him. I said, "Pops, man, put me in a position to do something amazing. Watch how I carry." He said, "All right." You know what I'm saying? That's just
Man, you beat him with one arm, man. You beat him
Yeah,
literally with one. I think
no,
I'm gonna say this to you. I thought you did better when you hurt when the arm started showing it was hurt than what you did at first. Because the dude was trying to catch your timing. You had switched your timing up on him for some reason, and it was catching him. It was just you were just catching him better without it.
controlling whatever, whenever, however. I got one arm. You mean to tell me you can't walk me down and maul me?
Right,
You supposed to be a big, heavy puncher, both hands and all. It's something going on that you ain't running in this motherfucker. What's stopping you?
right.
uh, uh, yeah, I want to give a shout out to your strength trainer that's helping you with your rehab. He's doing a hell of a job, like
Oh, that's oh,
motivating you and pushing you through it. Like, just want to give a
Calvin
shout
Bang,
out to him, man.
man, Coach Calvin with Bang Nation. That's my man.
Uh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing the damn thing. Now, how rigorous has it been? Because from the outside looking in, it looked rough. Like I was watching the other day, you had the resistance bands on, and you was turning the wheel, switching your arms and stuff. Like how rigorous has this workout been?
Um, shit, all these workouts intense. I ain't gonna lie, man. All of my workouts are very high intense. I don't want nothing. I'm not one of these guys that's gonna pacify myself, and I don't want to be pacified. You
Mm,
know, don't come to me with no work if it ain't no work. If it ain't no work, I don't want it. It's a waste of my time. So even if my shoulder wasn't injured or if I wasn't rehabbing it, it is that that should still be work. Ain't no
yeah,
regular person doing this shit.
all right. Hey, now, you was recently at the Davis Garcia fight at Capital One Arena. What you think about the turnout and the prospects of DC hosting big fights moving forward?
I think it was a great turnout. And I think DC has always been a place where though we can hold and host big events. I think it was a great turnout. I thought it was a good look for the city.
Uh, I said the same thing. Now we hearing different things about what happened with you that caused the stoppage in the fight. Um, and we want to get it from the source. So what really happened over there in the building that, you know, caused the stoppage?
It was a big misunderstanding that got understood a little. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
All
You know,
right.
much with it was. It was just a big misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Got
so that's
understood.
what
You know what I'm saying?
that's
DMV.
what I yeah, DMV shit. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, it's actual fights that go on and football things and all that, and they don't make no big deal of it. And you get two people talking at a boxing event, and they made it a big deal. It's like, come on now, it really wasn't nothing.
Yeah, you know what
So,
I'm saying? They made it a little big. Like I say, it was a big misunderstanding that got understood a little later. You know,
yeah.
that's
All right. Now, you recently announced that you leave in the featherweight division. What led to that decision?
man. I ran it as long as I've been in it. Everybody know can't nothing fuck with me at 26.
Mhm.
Hey, and to keep it 100 with you, the guys that's at some of these guys that's at 30 and 35, they got the fuck out the way because I was at 26. And so, I mean, hey, now it's time to go ahead and drop my name in that hat too. Go ahead, mix that shit up and see what come from
Uh-huh. So
it.
now
Hey,
Ray Vargas, the guy who holds the title that you held for so long at 26, is moving up to face Oshaki Foster. Is that a fight you're interested in? Like the winner of that match?
nah, that ain't a fight I'm interested in. What people don't know is Ray Vargas had the opportunity to compete against me back when, and he turned to fight. And instead of fighting me, he competed on the Canelo's undercard against someone else. He never wanted. Ray Vargas never wanted to fight me. That was a fight we've been supposed to try to make, but they didn't. The WBC actually mandated Ray Vargas to fight me. Ray Vargas was like, "Nah, we ain't gonna fight him, man. Look, I hurt my leg. I'm coming off a leg injury, man." And all this shit, and then a month later he's fighting on Canelo's undercard. So I don't know. I don't think Ray Vargas want to see me.
All right. Now you've been calling out everybody from 130 to 147. What weight class you think you're gonna settle in it?
I would love to settle in. I I would love to settle in 35.
35, 35 a night's division.
A good, like right now, a good comeback, a good comeback. Cause I don't fuck all that tune up. The doctor said that my shoulder will probably be ready 9 months after the surgery. I didn't want to go exactly with what the doctor said. I wanted to give my arm a little more time. I want to be making sure. I want to make sure it's right. I want to make sure it's right. So I'm looking at maybe summertime. We don't have any opponents set as of yet, but a good comeback. If I just had to just pick, just randomly who I would want, everybody know I wanted Tank. That ain't nothing new. Mm. I like what's her name? Uh, little Pitbull, little Isaac Cruz. I
Cruz.
like,
Okay,
I like Isaac Cruz.
it's a good
That's
fight.
that's a good common opponent. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
fight Isaac Cruz, the same dude that fought Tank.
That's
Yes,
it.
I like that one. I like Cruz. Um, little Pitbull. I like him too. He a little dog. I burn his ass up though.
Yeah, I think that can happen, man. Y'all on the same. That's on. He under Al, right?
Yeah, PBC set.
I
Yeah,
like
that.
I like shit. I fight the last dude Tank for too,
But to ask about Garcia, yeah,
but
So
he
let
at
me ask,
30.
he
he,
at 30, but I mean, if he go back down,
I think he got the belt at 30. I think he still got the
he
belt
yeah,
got
at
he
the
30.
got
belt
the
at
belt at
30.
30. Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
got
got.
the belt at 30.
I beat his ass at 30. I fight him at 30. I
Yeah,
like to fight.
that's a good fight too.
Man. I like to fight him too. Just if I had to just think, just randomly right now. I know Tank got the jump with Ryan coming up. Is that actually done?
From what they saying, that they
They said that they got the contracts and they mulling it over or whatever, but it's looking like it's getting close to being done. Like
Oh, wow.
yeah. So man, I hope to see you make a home comeback, a homecoming, man, too, man.
Oh man, if I do a homecoming, it got to be something big.
Yeah.
A major jump. Me, Javante, Redskin Stadium, because
Ooh.
we'll be too big. We'll be too big for the jump that they just
that's the
competed.
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we big for that. We need a stadium. Put us in the Redskin Stadium or something like that. That'd be a good home jump. That'd be.
that'd be fire. promise that is sell out.
Hell yeah, easily. And guess what? They could close the airport because don't nobody need to even come in town for that one, Jack.
Hey, no bullshit. Hey, that J was out. He said they just shut the airport.
Shut the airport down. Don't even waste your time. It's sold out already.
Hey,
Good.
Yes, indeed, man.
you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Yeah, man. You got to see.
Nah, but that's all I got, though.
Well, yeah, I want to talk about this one more topic that I had to acknowledge, man, before we get off of here, right? You and your brothers, man. I have to let people know this, man. In my opinion, in my observation of boxing families, y'all are the greatest boxing family that ever put on a pair of boxing gloves, man. Y'all, I consider y'all the king of the dynasties of bloodlines together. 5 Golden Glove national champions. That has never in the history of boxing ever happened nowhere on the planet.
2 Olympians.
2.
And one of the longest reigning champions in the sport of boxing, all created by one person.
One person.
One trainer. One trainer. One trainer. That's it.
That by itself, man, shows me because it's kind of weird when from the beginning you watch something grow. You watch something blossom into what it is today, and what makes me probably have a more different feeling towards anybody that ever interviewed you, because none of those guys that ever interviewed you was there from the beginning. I was,
They can't relate in the way in which that you can relate. It's crazy because I tell my younger brothers, this is the importance of listening. This is the importance of paying the fuck attention. You know what I'm saying? When pops or mom do, you might call it bitching or this, that, and the third. That's cool, fine, and dandy. You need to listen and pay attention, because it will come a time that we're not going to have this luxury to be able to go back and listen to that. We have to hope that we was able to retain the information that was given instead of just pushing the shit off or brushing it off. Oh, mom, dad, just getting on my nerves. Nah, that's some valuable information. Those jewels that's been cast on you that you need to learn to hold on to. So that shit matters, man. And it's funny because my brother Antoine, he says I remind him of Hannibal Barker.
Okay.
I know who that is.
Come on now. Yes, indeed.
But he said I remind him of Hannibal Barker. He was like, man, Pops had his own stuff and he put it into us. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta like take it, you add your own little twist to make it a little extra to it. For the people who don't know who that is, y'all need to Google him. Google Hannibal Barker.
That's right.
Yeah.
You kicking in some of that more talk now, man.
Don't give too much.
Yes, indeed, man. But brother, man, listen, I appreciate you, man. It was honor and a pleasure to have you on here, man. We go back to the root to the fruit, man, all the way to the beginning.
Man.
Man, you keep doing what you're doing, man. Over on this end, the Second Wind Boxing Meet is definitely in your corner, man. We definitely home team enough, and when it narrows down to it, man, we rooting for anything that's either DC or close to DC. Anything 20 miles above or 40 miles above, you already know who we rocking with, man.
Oh man.
Yes, indeed, man. Ladies and gentlemen, former world champion, WBC world champion, Gary Russell Jr. Yes, indeed. The Second Wind Boxing Media. Peace.